Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. My name is Brad Lewis with Premier Marketing. We are excited at Premier to introduce not only a great opportunity for those of us in the final expense space, but also a great company in Americo. Stacy Greer with Americo is joining us today to share an exciting information about their new Quit Smoking Advantage program that they have that gives us the best smoker rates in the industry. If you have any questions during today's call, I ask that you type those in the chat feature, and then we'll answer them at the end of the call or as we go along here if there's a good time to jump in and answer those questions. And with that, I'm going to turn the call over to Stacy. Stacy, welcome, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you, Brad. I appreciate that. And Premier Marketing, everyone that's joined us today, this is great timing. We're very excited here at Americo. We've got with the Quit Smoking Advantage, it's been very well received. It's an excellent opportunity for you to increase your sales in the third and fourth quarter, and more opportunities to open up conversations with your clients. I think all of you would agree that wellness is on the minds of many individuals today, and with Americo's Quit Smoking Advantage, this is an excellent opportunity for you to help your clients, give them that encouragement that they need to stop smoking and be well. So it's a wellness program. And I'm Americo's sales and marketing trainer, as Brad mentioned. My name is Stacy Greer, and if you have any questions throughout today's training, go ahead and type those in, and we can address those after the training. I can take those questions, as well as you can reach out to either Premier Marketing or Americo. We look forward to the opportunity to earn your business here at Americo, and give us a call at 800-231-0801. If it's more convenient, if you've got a question or request for materials, we've got that easy email address to consider utilizing, agent.services@americo.com, and that will save you valuable time, keep you in front of those clients that need final expense. And today we're going to cover very popular, this is one of the most sold final expense solutions that Americo offers, is our Eagle Premier Series portfolio. There's two products. And just to lay the foundation, the basics, and then we'll get into that Quit Smoking Advantage program. With the Eagle Premier Series, this is the opportunity for you to provide coverage that your clients need. Every client can qualify for coverage at the point of sale. There's the Eagle Premier product that offers full death benefit day one. And then if you discover your client has some health issues, what's nice about with Eagle Premier, you can quickly transition to the guaranteed issue product right there within just a few minutes, and makes an easy pivot to the guaranteed issue product that provides a 3-year graded death benefit. So just two products. And with the Eagle Premier, for your clients that want to qualify for the Quit Smoking Advantage and those non-smoking rates, all of the health questions need to be answered no in order to qualify. So they're knockout questions. Their height and weight need to fall within the build chart guidelines, very liberal guidelines. As you can see here, we've got the build chart. If you have a client that's 6 foot tall, they can weigh between 130 and 313 pounds. And I'll share with you today where you can quickly access this build chart. And once your client signs that health authorization form, this will allow Americo to run that prescription check, which is very sophisticated. And within 5 minutes, you receive that underwriting decision for the Eagle Premier product. And it is very quick and easy. With the Eagle Premier Series, the non-smoker classification, it's defined as anyone who has not used nicotine products for at least 12 months prior to the application completion date. So non-smoker would include, it's not limited to just cigarettes, it would include cigars, pipes, chewing tobacco, snuff, alternative delivery devices, any type of nicotine chewing gum, lozenges, nicotine patches, e-cigarettes, or any device used for the vaporization of liquid nicotine in order to qualify for non-smoker. So that's the basics. Now, I know that all of you tuned in today to learn more about the Quit Smoking Advantage. It's been extremely popular to be able to offer your clients that smoke or use any of those nicotine products you can now offer them non-smoker rates with the Quit Smoking Advantage. This can provide that financial encouragement, the motivation that they're looking for to be well, to seriously stop smoking, and also help them save money. Everyone likes to save money, so this is what makes this solution so popular. This is where your smoker clients can receive those non-smoker rates at minimum for the first 3 years of the policy. They have 3 years to quit using nicotine. And if the insured provides evidence that they have been a non-smoker for 12 months during that first 3-year period, this is where they can receive those non-smoker rates for the life of the policy. So this is important, and provides that cost savings that they're looking for if they were on the fence, maybe on the fence to buy because those smoker rates were so expensive. This is an opportunity for you to offer non-smoker rates for those individuals that smoke. So let's take a closer look at the Quit Smoking Advantage program. Very simple, easy, they're flexible solutions. In this example, we ran a quote for a male, age 65, and we're going to assume that he's a smoker. And the face amount is $10,000. When you click on smoker, the rate for this scenario would be $62.92. Now over here on the left-hand side, how that Quit Smoking Advantage program works, this would be a smoker policy that's issued with non-smoker rates. In years 1 through 3, the monthly premium is $62.92. The face amount is $10,000, as you can see here. And what happens is, for those individuals that are successful and they quit smoke, they've been a non-smoker for 12 months. They provide evidence to Americo that they have stopped smoking. This is where they can receive those non-smoker rates for the life of the policy. So years 4 and beyond, they continue to receive those non-smoker rates. So as Brad mentioned at the beginning of the training, this is extremely exciting opportunity for agents to go out and be able to offer the solution for clients that are serious about quit smoking. And now you may be asking, well, what happens if your client is not successful? They're unable to quit smoking. And this is where in the middle of the screen here, you see automatically what will happen in year 4, the 4th anniversary, the face amount would be reduced for that smoker rate based on the insured's original issue age. If the insured does nothing, and this is where the face amount will be reduced automatically, the premium stays the same. And for those clients that maybe they're not successful at quitting, however, they want to keep the face amount of their policy the same, there's that option as well. On the right-hand side, this is where if they reach out to Americo and they request to keep the face amount the same in years 4 and beyond, the premium will increase. It will be based on the insured's original issue age, and they would simply need to pay that smoker rate in years 4 and beyond. So that's how the Quit Smoking Advantage program works. It's an excellent opportunity to in the 3rd and 4th quarter, and this would be issued as a smoker policy. There is a disclosure statement that's required for the insured to sign. We have an example. This provides that outline of the various options that are available. And the good news is there's nothing for the agent to do. There's no cost involved. Once the insured provides that evidence to Americo that they've been a non-smoker, this is where they can elect to receive those non-smoker rates for the life of the policy. Benefit option A, this is where the death benefit will automatically decrease. And then option B is if the insured were to reach out to Americo and request to keep the face amount the same, they can do so and then pay the higher premium. So there's an outline of the various options for the insured, and the policy owner would be required to sign if this is a smoker policy. And for those clients that if they're not successful, they've been able to receive those non-smoker rates for the minimum at the first 3 years of policy. And here's an example where you can show your clients the cost savings that they can achieve if they're serious about quitting. If they choose not to quit, here we have an example with that male 65, the premium $62.92 compared to some of the other top carrier smoker rates. And some guidelines to keep in mind. This is available for the Eagle Premier policy only. It's not available on the guaranteed issue policy. The earliest that the insured can verify that they have stopped smoking is upon the first anniversary of the policy. They need to be a non-smoker, no nicotine products for 12 consecutive months. So they have up to 3 years, and upon the first anniversary of the policy is when they can provide that evidence to AMERCO. And our current practice is to receive that evidence is a home office specimen, a urine specimen, and we would simply, AMERCO pays for that cost, and there's nothing for the agent to get involved. And with the Quit Smoking Advantage, we will take care of it. Now, one thing to keep in mind is your product quotes for your clients that are smokers. Make sure that you click on smoker rates, because our quoting system has been upgraded, and it will automatically provide you with those non-smoker rates for the first 3 years, and then it will also provide the various options, because the policy is issued as a smoker policy. However, the insured receives those non-smoker rates. And we've created a Quit Smoking Advantage frequently asked questions brochure that's very helpful to answer all those important questions that come up. This has been very helpful for agents and your clients. You can quickly access this frequently asked questions flyer from our microsite. I just have one call to action today. If you are taking notes or you have your smartphone or your iPad handy, this is one of my favorite microsites because there's no username, no password for you to remember. You can quickly access everything you need to get started after today's training offering the Eagle Premier Series, the Quit Smoking Advantage. Just a one-stop shop, and I'll bring up the live version here. And I'm going to share with you how easy it is to quote the Quit Smoking non-smoker rates. So from start to finish, we have additional resources for quick access that has been very helpful. Details regarding our You First rewards. The great news is, in addition to offering very competitive commission on the Eagle Premier Series, this is where agents can receive an additional 8% bonus with the Eagle Premier Series. And the majority of our business is submitted by e-application. It's an excellent practice management solution to reach more clients that are ready to buy final expense, not only face-to-face, but remote clients. And I'll talk about that a little bit further in detail. Sales tools. When I click on the Sales Tools tab, I just want to point out where you can quickly access that Quit Smoking Advantage frequently asked questions flyer. And this will answer those important questions that you and your clients may have after today's training. So I'll just bring up a little bit easier to see versus the PowerPoint. And then I'm also going to highlight this reference sheet that has been very helpful, popular. It's just a side-by-side comparison of the two products for the Eagle Premier Series. Minimum issue age is 50 up to age 85 if they're non-smoker. No nicotine within 12 months prior to the application completion date. And then for those smoker clients, it's age 50 up to age 80. And you have a guaranteed issue product over here on the right-hand side. And so this has been very helpful. I'm going to go through some of those advantages as well as the agent guide. Those important questions come up. We realize you're working real hard out there in the field, many times evenings, weekends, and the agent guide will answer many of those important questions. And right here on the left-hand side, we have all of the features and benefits that you can quickly access from the microsite. So I'll bring up that microsite one more time, www.AmericoEaglePremierSeries.com. And there's training videos that are available as well. Now, I want to highlight over here on the left-hand side some of those competitive advantages that many agents like to open up the conversation with some of these competitive riders and features that are built in when you quote the Eagle Premier product. For example, what is included at no additional cost is the accidental death benefit rider. And as I mentioned, we look at the trends, and many of us are attempting to be well and healthy, and we're active, and this may address the concern of many of your clients, especially in the senior market. They have that concern and they want enhanced value when they purchase their final expense policy. So for example, if the policy was approved and issued for $30,000, if the insured dies by accident, this is where the death benefit will double. And this is, there's no additional cost for that rider. Just keep in mind that when you quote that premium, the accidental death benefit rider for Eagle Premier is built in. What is also included is the common carrier provision. We all love to, I am assuming we love to travel, and especially in our retirement years, many of us look forward to our travel. And if the insured is traveling on a common carrier, such as an airplane, a Greyhound bus, any type of common carrier where the insured has purchased a ticket and there's a schedule, should there be an accident on a common carrier that results in the insured's death, this is where the death benefit then triples. Another rider that's built in is the accelerated benefit payment rider. This is a living benefit rider, and agents, many times they like to open up the conversation with a living benefit rider because you can really get your client's attention versus sometimes just talking about the death benefit that is typically it's going to benefit the beneficiary, the designated named beneficiary of the policy. And some of us, it's hard to maybe open up conversations talking about death benefit. And when you talk about living benefits, many seniors, they've had that experience. Maybe it's been a friend, a family member, relative that has been in that situation where if they were diagnosed with a terminal illness, what goes along with that many times is increased medical costs, and it can put a true burden not only on the individual, but the entire family. And to be able to access up to 50% of the guaranteed death benefit, so in my previous example, if the policy was approved and issued for $30,000, this is where they can access up to $15,000 of that guaranteed death benefit while they're still living if they're diagnosed with a terminal illness. And they can use this money however they desire. If they want to use that for increased medical costs, or if there's maybe there's a trip that they need to take to a special hospital, celebration of life event, this can really get your client prospect's attention when you highlight some of these features that are built in to the Eagle Premier premium when you quote that. Now, an optional rider that does have an additional cost is the child and grandchild term rider. This is one of the easiest riders that you can add compared to maybe some of our other portfolios, because with Eagle Premier, the child and grandchild term rider, there's no underwriting. We've made it so easy at the point of sale. And agents, they truly value having this optional rider available because many times it makes it a little bit more challenging if another agent were to come behind you, try to replace coverage just based on cost if there is a child or grandchild term rider that's established on the policy. This is where you can add up to 10, either a child or grandchild. And with this child rider, there is, in addition to no underwriting, the grandchild, for example, is not required to be a dependent. They're not required to reside with them. It's just been very, very helpful with persistency. And those are just some of the competitive advantages the Eagle Premier offers. And then over here on the apologize, I skipped ahead here. On the right-hand side, you have the minimum face amount is also $2,000 for the guaranteed issue product. The maximum for guaranteed issue is $10,000. For the guaranteed issue, where you can quickly transition, offer this at the point of sale, how that graded death benefit works. If the insured dies by natural causes in year 1, for example, the death benefit would be premiums paid into the policy plus 5%. In year 2, return of premium plus 10%, 75% of the face amount in year 3, and then in year 4, it's 100% of the face amount. Now, with what's included at no additional cost, this is another important feature to help you increase your sales, is the accidental death benefit provision. So, for example, if the policy is approved and issued, and if the insured were to die by accident in year 2, the full face amount would be paid instead of the graded death benefit. So that's built into the guaranteed issue product. Now, there's 2 ways to submit business for the Eagle Premier Series. There's the e-application, and then there's a tele-application. They've been very popular ways to submit business. There is no paper application. What's great about this is the prescription check. Within 5 minutes, you receive that instant underwriting decision at the point of sale. We also run the Medical Information Bureau. The entire process takes maybe 15 or 20 minutes, and you're done. This is where agents can provide the policy number for their clients. It looks very professional in the eyes of the client. It may even generate a lead or 2. And typically, the policy is mailed the next business day to your client. And we stop and consider what it is that clients want that are considering final expense. They want the process to be easy, hassle-free. They want to be able to qualify. And the great news is Eagle Premier Series offers all of these advantages. And agents love it because once you're done, there's no amendments for you to case manage. There's no paperwork with this product. And if you receive that approval, and it happens to be prior to 3 p.m. Central Time, generally speaking, we will pay commissions out that evening on that business. And so this is a solution for agents that want to get paid more faster on their important final expense business. Now with the e-application, the quick underwriting decision is displayed on the screen. And agents, they like the fact that when you use the e-application, everything's done through the device that you're using. There's no phone call required to AMERCO. And just makes it easy. If you're in front of a client, no phone call required. With the tele-application, let's say, for example, maybe you don't have an internet connection and you would like to submit an Eagle Premier case. The other way to submit business is tele-application, and with that process, there's no computer, no internet needed. The only thing that you need to submit by tele-application is your telephone. You drive the call. The underwriting decision is provided over the telephone. Now, the only limitation compared to the e-application is the hours for support for the tele-application are Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Central Time. And then Friday, it would be 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Time. And the step-by-step process for both the e-application and the tele-application can be found in the agent guide from the microsite. State availability for e-application, it's available in all states for Eagle Premier, with the exception not available in Mississippi, New York, and Vermont. The guaranteed issue product is available in all states, with the exception of Mississippi, New York, Pennsylvania, Vermont, and Washington. Replacements, if you have a case situation where your client is replacing coverage, that's no problem if you utilize the e-application process. All of the forms are included in that e-application electronically. There's no paper to worry about. If you have that situation where your client is replacing coverage, you would be required to submit by e-application, because with tele-application, it does not support replacement business. Replacements are not allowed when using the teleapplication process. Now, Eagle Premier is available with the teleapplication, with the exception it's not available in California, Connecticut, New York, Pennsylvania, and Vermont. The guaranteed issue product is available in all states with the exception California, Connecticut, New York, Pennsylvania, Vermont, and Washington. So there's some state variations to keep in mind. And once you're ready to get started after today's training, if you're contracted with Americo, this is where you can quickly access the e-application, start quoting using Sales Connection. And Sales Connection is where all of our technology comes together. Simply go to www.americo.com. This is where you can quickly log into Sales Connection to run a quote or start a new e-application, for example. And after today's training, I encourage everyone to submit an e-application on yourself so that you get familiar with the process, so that you can experience receiving that instant underwriting decision within 5 minutes. The entire process to submit an e-app is maybe 15 or 20 minutes and you're done. We've got a great demo site where you can take a test drive using the e-application at scdemo.americo.com. And I'm going to bring up the okay, here's an example of the agent portal for Americo.com. If you log into the agent portal, there's a couple ways that you can quickly access Sales Connection. There's an orange button titled Sales Connection right here at the top. We also have the web version over here on the right-hand side. And then for quick access for the demo site, this has been very popular for agents that are new to Americo, or maybe a veteran agent that wants to be as comfortable and confident in that client conversation with e-application as they are a paper application. You can take a test drive if you want to practice reaching those remote clients. This offers tablet signing or email signing. Has been very popular for clients that are remote. And then also under My Favorites over here on the right-hand side, this is where you can quickly access state availability if needed, quickly from your dashboard. Okay, I'll bring up the demo site one more time. And here I have the live version of the demo site. It's always a great idea to get in the habit of just be aware of which version of Sales Connection you're in. If you look in the upper left-hand corner under the Americo name, it will say demo site. And I just want to mention that because we have had agents that maybe you're in front of a client, you're ready to submit a true e-application for your client. It's important that you're not in the demo site. Otherwise, we would have to ask you to resubmit that. So for example, to run that Quit Smoking Advantage, it's important that you click on smoker rates. So if I click on New Illustration, hopefully I'm not timed out here. Okay, here we go. From the next screen, this is where you choose the state where you're writing business. This provides agents with peace of mind that they're not quoting a product that's not available based on your client's age or the state where you're doing business. And let's say I have a we'll use that previous example, 65-year-old male, and we'll choose Eagle Premier Series. Click on the product, then click on Create. And then from this next screen, for Eagle Premier, you can customize the solution based on your client's needs and their budget, for example. The minimum face amount is $2,000 up to a maximum of $30,000. In this example, we'll leave the face amount at $10,000. And let's assume that this is a smoker. Then what I'll do is I'll click on refresh over here on the right-hand side. And this will just give you an idea of how easy it is to go out there and visit with your clients. Maybe you've recently quoted somebody smoker rates, or they have a smoker policy, for example, and they've been considering to stop smoking, be well. So in this example, you have the non-smoker rate here. And if they do not provide evidence, they do nothing, the face amount will decrease automatically in year 4. Or you have the option to pay the higher premium and keep the face amount the same. So all of that information is available right here within Sales Connection. This is just one way to quote the Eagle Premier Series. We also offer, what's been very popular, is to go ahead and bookmark quote.americo.com in your smartphone or your iPad. I'll bring up that. The reason why this is popular, let's say, for example, we have some agents that have joined us and you're not contracted with Americo just yet. No worries, you can still access very quickly the Eagle Premier Series rates from quote.americo.com. And that way the power will be in your pocket no matter where you're at. You have access to the Eagle Premier, the Quit Smoking Advantage rate. I'll choose the state where I'm writing business, say Nebraska, Eagle Premier Series, and click on Create. And once again, just to give you, confirm, you want to quote smoker, because it will automatically provide you with those non-smoker rates. And you can customize, possibly your client, they indicate they would like to know how much death benefit can be purchased on a guaranteed basis based on the premium that they can afford. Let's say they indicate that they have $75 per month. And then this is where you can click on Run. If you would like to add a child writer, you can do so here. I'll click on Run for time's sake. And very quickly from your smartphone or your iPad, this is where you can quote those rates for the Eagle Premier Series. So the face amount would be $20,625, and then for the smoker rate, if they do nothing in year 4, the face amount would be automatically reduced, and you have that available right here from the quote.americo.com, and then the smoker rate based on the insured's original issue age. And so this is a very innovative solution that Americo is offering, where your client has up to 3 years to become a non-smoker. So very generous. I think all of you would agree. And that's quote.americo.com. And then if I come back here to bring up that demo site one more time. Now from your dashboard, Sales Connection dashboard, this is where you can open a case maybe that you've started but not finished. You have up to 7 days to complete an e-application if desired. And once you're ready to get started to submit an e-application, hopefully all of you submit one today on yourself to get familiar, reach more clients that need this solution. Simply click on New e-app, and I've got some examples, just some tips, some highlights that you can expect when you take that test drive. The next screen that will populate is where you will enter your state where you're writing business, enter the gender of your client, and when you're ready to submit an e-application, their date of birth is required. And once you have entered that information, then you have access to the products that are available to submit by e-application. So you would simply click on Eagle Premier Series and click on Create. And the reason why this is so popular and the majority of our business is now submitted with this process that we're doing, it's an excellent way for you to get paid more faster for final expense. The objective here when you're in the e-app is to turn these red circles into green check marks. If you're like me and you're having a client conversation, you're multitasking, and you accidentally skip over a required field, the system will prompt you to complete that, and that way you will submit business to Americo that's complete in good order. Wherever you see a field that's highlighted in yellow, those are the fields that are required to be completed. And this entire process takes maybe 15, 20 minutes, and you're done. You receive that instant underwriting decision within 5 minutes. And if you already know that your client will not qualify for Eagle Premier and they're applying for the guaranteed issue product, they're not required to complete any of the health questions. So that's very quick and easy as well. And here's an example. You get to the proposed insurance information, complete that, and then you have another green check mark here. And then I just want to point out on this next screen where it's product information, what product is the proposed insured applying for? If you click on the drop-down arrow here, this is where you can elect either Eagle Premier or the guaranteed issue product. And I just want to point that out because let's say, for example, they're applying for Eagle Premier and we run that prescription check and we discover maybe there's a adverse prescription history concern. This is where you would come back to and you quickly transition, offer the guaranteed issue product. And here's an example. We get to the payment method, monthly bank drafts. The dates that are available are the 1st through the 28th. The dates that are not available would be the 29th, 30th, and 31st to keep in mind. We do offer day of the week drafting. This can go a long way to cut down on service issues for you. Many agents, let's say, for example, your client receives their Social Security income benefits and it's the second Wednesday of the month. We can set up the premium draft for when your client receives their income. That will go a long way to help with persistency, qualify for the You First Rewards, that 8% bonus. Now, the nice feature about Eagle Premier and the e-app that you don't have with paper application, this is where once you've entered all of the information, the face amount, your client's date of birth, and then you click on calculate, you can do a quick quality check. Is this the premium that you quoted your client? And assuming that it is, you can move forward. If it's not, you can go back and make corrections if needed. Now with that quit smoking advantage, the nice feature is for those clients that are smokers, once you click on calculate, this is where you have the initial premium, non-smoker rates for the first 3 years. And then also you will have the smoker rate that will be provided on the screen as well. So you can walk your client through each one of those options that are available. Now, within 5 minutes, this is where your client can sign that authorization that will allow us to do that quick prescription check. The system's very sophisticated. We're seeing very high approval rates with Eagle Premier, very liberal, competitive underwriting with Eagle Premier Series. And once your client signs the authorization, the next screen, here's where we have the tablet signature for clients that are face-to-face. And then for your clients that are remote, simply send them an email. They can review the document or the health information authorization form. And once they sign that authorization form, you can run the prescription check, and this will save you valuable time. If you utilize email signing, one thing to note or keep in mind, just make sure that your client is available to sign same day by midnight. Anytime you send them an email, they need to be available. And once you take that practice test drive and you review those screens that will indicate those type of guidelines. And we have an example here of the email signature process. There is an access code. Typically, it's the last 6 digits of your client's Social Security number. They will need to enter that. And this just confirms that you're sending this information to the correct person's, the correct proposed insured's email address. The agent can override this access code number, and you can make that number whatever number you would like. And then enter your email address. For email signature, it's very important that your client have their own email address because the system will be able to determine what IP address is utilized, and it cannot be the agent's. same address. In this example, the agent enters the access code. The client, once they receive their email, they will enter the access code in order to review the health information authorization form. And here's an example of what they will receive. Every step of the way, you and your client will know where you're at in the process. I agree to use electronic records and signatures, and then click on Start to review that health information authorization form. Then click on Sign. And here we have an example. And it doesn't matter what type of device you use. It can be a computer with a mouse, laptop with a signature pad, iPad. It's just important that the device be large enough, maybe 7 inches or larger, in order for your client to review the documents. And once we have that signed authorization, we can run that prescription check, initiate underwriting. Application must be completed. This is where you will find the date, which is up to 7 days to complete the e-application if needed. Because in some cases, there may be the policy owner is different than the insured, the payer. So depending on your case that you're working on, you have up to 7 days to complete that. Majority of them are done right there at the point of sale. Here we have an example of the pop-up message with e-application. The initial underwriting check is complete. This is where you can, for those clients that are remote, quickly pre-qualify and save you time for clients that are applying for Eagle Premier. And to give you an idea of the health questions, now this is for the Eagle Premier only, not the guaranteed issue product. All of the health questions need to be answered no in order to qualify for the Eagle Premier product. What's nice is America, we provide the pronunciation of some of those health conditions that may be helpful for you. And once you've answered all of the health questions no, the next section, beneficiary, one primary beneficiary is required. If there is more than one primary, if there's maybe 3 children that are going to be primary, for example, just make sure that the total percentage for the shares equals 100%. And what I like about the e-application is the reason it goes by so quickly compared to a paper application. You simply click on the drop-down arrows when you're taking that test drive and choose the relationship, for example, to the insured. And then another quick quality check is with, for example, you enter the routing number. You will notice that the name of the bank will populate on the screen. This is where you can quickly review, is this the name of the bank that your client provided you? And we're almost to the finish line. We have all green check marks. The last section of the application is the agent statement, the agent information. And wherever there's a yellow field, those are required to be completed. If agent split is involved, the e-application does support a split. And then the last screen is where you can click on underwriting decision or withdraw the case. And you'll notice that the submit button is not available. So this is a nice feature that you cannot jump ahead of yourself. There's only 2 options at this point. And then once you receive that underwriting decision, typically it's maybe 15 minutes and you're done. Congratulations, the underwriting for this application for life insurance has been approved, and you've provided your client with the policy number. The policy will be mailed the next business day. Now, this is an example. If the insured is the policy owner and the payer, you may see additional buttons if you have additional individuals that need to sign at this point. And if you send by email signature, all of those individuals need to be available same day by midnight in order to sign. And then once you get to the finish line, you have all green check marks. We have an example of the signing process. Click on sign, enter the city and state where they're signing, then click on finish. And here we have an example of the application being signed. The agent will draw their signature. And over here on the left-hand side, you have all green check marks. And here is the complete, legible, in good order application that was submitted to Americo by the e-application process. If you desire to save that to your computer or print it out, that's available as well. So I know I covered a lot of information today, and we're excited for you to get started, increase your sales in the third and fourth quarter, qualify for the You First rewards, and we look forward to hearing those success stories. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up our contact information here and Premier's contact information. If you have any questions, this would be a great time to ask those questions.
Thank you so much, Stacy. That was a great presentation, and obviously there's a lot of advantages to the product with the Quit Smoking Advantage right now. And as we all know, Americo has one of the best processes in the industry, so they really make it very, very easy to submit business and do business with Americo. I do have a couple questions here I wanted to touch on, just so we can make sure we get them covered here. What does Americo mean by satisfactory evidence in regards to proof of having quit smoking? Just want clarification on that.
Excellent question. I touched on a little bit, but let me clarify. So our current practice is the insured would provide a home office specimen or a urine specimen, and that's at no cost to the client or to the agent in order to change a smoker policy to a non-smoker policy, for example. And they would just reach out to the agent services team here at Americo, and we could set that up for them. With the new Quit Smoking Advantage, we're looking at processes. So the process in the future may be even easier than it is today. There's applications, lollipop method, and we just want to make this simple and easy as possible, efficient to provide that evidence that they've been a non-smoker for 12 consecutive months. The first opportunity that an insured can provide that evidence with the Eagle Premier Series, quit smoking, is upon their first policy anniversary. So there is some time to provide that evidence. It's not something that's going to typically happen right away. But that's our current practice, and we are looking at hopefully in the near future, we will continue to make that even easier and more efficient for your clients to provide that evidence.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me if you guys had an easier process by the end of the first policy year here, since this is brand new.
Absolutely.
Got a couple other questions.
Sure.
A couple other questions. John, you asked if the policy remains in effect as long as the premiums are paid or the client dies. That's correct. So the policy issues to either age 80 or 85 on the ones that we covered today. Claims question: how quickly are claims processed at Americo?
Oh, they're processed very quickly. Typical turnaround time. I'd have to look at the some of that research, and I would, but it's typically turnaround time is. I really don't want to quote something that I probably better get back to that specific person, or I can definitely research that and just make sure that I have the current data for that. But very quick turnaround on claims processing.
Sure, that's fine if you want to get that back to me, and then we can get it
Sure.
back out to the person that asked the question. And then a little bit about Americo and who they are. Could you just share that again as well?
Oh, sure, absolutely. Let me just I'm going to go back to the microsite and just point out, after today's training, if you have additional questions, for example, when you click on contract with Americo, we have the Strength and Stability brochure. Americo is one of the largest independent, privately owned insurance companies in the United States, and we've been in business now over 100 years. The brochure that we're looking at now, this is just the electronic version. We offer this in hard copy form. Many agents like to order a supply to keep on hand, just to for those clients that as they make that purchase decision, they want to know a little bit more about Americo. This provides our strength and stability. Excellent A rating with AM Best, as you see over here on the right-hand side. This may be important. We've had over 1,000% growth, and if you're one of our veteran agents, we thank you for that business and partnership. It's because of you that, and this is important to clients as they make their purchase decision. And to go back to that claims question, many times they want to know that the carrier is not just here today, but will be here tomorrow to pay those important claims. So we're very proud of that excellent A rating there.
Perfect. Thanks for sharing that. That looks like the end of the questions. So thanks again to everybody for being on the call today. If you're not currently contracted with Americo and would like to get set up, our 800 number, Stacy, if you can show that again, please contact Premier directly and we'll get you set up and we're ready to take your call. We'd like to thank everybody for taking time out of your busy day. We feel Americo definitely has a fit in your bag. It should definitely be a product that you have available to offer your clients. Not only do they have great, the best actually, smoker rates in the industry right now, but they also have a very easy process, so it makes it very easy to do business with them as well. So thanks again for everybody being on the call today, and have a great day.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Brad, and Premier Marketing.
You bet.
Have a great weekend.
You too.